We sit comfortably, the back comfortably straight, not too stiff, not too loose. The mind relaxed, the body relaxed. We close the eyes and we bring our awareness to the body, to the present. Being aware of the body posture, being aware of the sensations of the body. We can be aware of any stress, any tension at the forehead, around the neck, around the shoulders. Being aware of the contact of the arms, the hands as they rest on the legs. The contact of the body as we sit on the chair, or on the floor as we prefer. Just being aware, letting go. Keeping our attention with the body, with the present. Being aware of the posture, being aware of the bodily sensations. Where we send our attention, we send our mental energy. So by being aware of our body posture, being aware of our bodily sensations, we are bringing our attention, our energy to our own body, where the energy increases. When we send our attention in all directions, we scatter our attention in all directions, we scatter our energy in all directions, and so we feel drained, depleted. So now we keep our attention with the body, with the present. And the mind becomes recharged, refreshed. We bring our awareness to the breathing. We can focus our attention at the nose, where we feel the air passing the nostril. Just keeping our attention at that one point at the gateway of the breath. Or, if we prefer, we can keep our attention at the lower abdomen, as we feel the abdomen rising on the in-breath, falling on the out-breath. So we decide where we prefer to keep our attention, and we keep the attention there. We keep our attention centered with the breathing. Just watching the breathing, watching the mind, being aware, letting go. We don't send our attention outside the body. We don't send our energy outside the body. We keep our attention only in the present. No need to dig up the past. No need to worry about the future. Just being aware of this present moment. An unhappy person is someone who lives always in the past, always in the future. Only in this present moment the mind can be at peace. So we sit, watching the breathing, watching the mind, being aware, letting go. The mind, minding the mind. We train the mind in mindfulness. Mindfulness means to know, to be aware what is contacting the mind right now, what is forming in the mind right now. And along with this mindfulness, this sharp self-awareness, we train the mind to have the wisdom to let go. Every time we react to what contacts the mind, we can see. If we react with attachment, with desires, we throw the mind in all directions. We kick the mind around like a football. When we react with aversion to past, anger, aversion to future, stress, anxiety, we squeeze, we burn the mind. So we watch these reactions in the mind and the corresponding effects in the body. We watch, we observe, we let go. We can feel every time there's a reaction in the mind, we can find a corresponding effect in the body. We squeeze our inner energy flows. Every time we have aversion, anxiety, we squeeze our inner energy flow. And we feel this most strongly at the heart. The heart becomes hot, the heart becomes cramped. Keeping our attention only in the present, being aware, letting go. The energies can open, the energies can flow. So just watching the breathing, watching the mind, being aware, letting go. As the energies flow freely within, the mind becomes more and more calm, more and more at peace. We find this is the natural state of the mind. The natural state of the mind is simply to be at peace, to be calm. If only we don't constrict our inner energy flows. Every time we react with dislike, it's like we throw stones on a pond. We create waves on the surface, we muddy the waters. We create waves in the mind. We muddy the mind. So we train ourselves in mindfulness. We train ourselves to simply not react, to be aware, to let go. Breathing in, being aware of the breathing in. Breathing out, being aware of the breathing out. Being aware of the body. Being aware of the mind. Being aware of any constrictions in the body. Being aware, letting go. As we simply watch the breathing, watch the mind, being aware, letting go, the energies can flow more freely, more strongly, and we feel a state of expansion within as we stop to constrict our inner energies. The energies can flow more freely, more strongly. We feel a state of expansion. We feel a state of normality. It's how the mind should be all the time. We have to see how our mind affects our inner energy flows. When the energies are flowing freely, normally, the normal state of the mind is simply to be at peace, to be clear, to be calm. So we train ourselves simply to be aware of every moment, aware what is contacting the mind right now, aware of how we are reacting to what is contacting the mind right now. We train ourselves to stay in this present moment. We don't react with anger, irritation to past We don't react with stress, anxiety to the future. Keeping our attention only in this present moment. Just watching the breathing, watching the mind. Being aware, letting go. The energies flow more freely, more strongly within. The energy flows become disentangled, and we feel a state of inner peace, inner harmony. So this is what is important. The mindfulness, the mind minding the mind. We don't tie our energy flows up into knots. We don't entangle our energy flows. Just watching, observing, letting go. The mind becomes more calm, more cool, more clear. The mind becomes more and more at peace. The mind becomes more and more normal. Just by watching the breathing, watching the mind. Being aware, letting go. Being aware of the breathing in. Being aware of the breathing out. Being aware of the body. Being aware of the mind. And being aware of how we are reacting to what contacts the mind. Being aware, letting go. We bring our awareness again to the body, just being aware of the bodily sensations, being aware of any stress, any tensions at the forehead, around the neck, around the shoulders, being aware of the contact of the arms, the hands as they rest on the legs, the contact of the body as we sit on the chair. Being aware of the body posture. We open the eyes. And we keep our awareness. We keep our awareness throughout the day. Whatever we're doing, wherever we are, we can be aware of the body, we can be aware of the mind. If we're walking down the street, being aware of the body as we're walking. If we're sitting on a bus, sitting in a car, we can be aware of the bodily sensations, the body posture. Where we send our mind, we send our mental energy. So we keep our mental energy always with the body. We don't scatter our attention in all directions. Just like sometimes we need to charge our telephone. We use our phone, we have to charge our phone. Same with the mind. If we are always sending our attention in all directions, we are wasting our energy, we are depleting our energy. So we feel drained, we feel depleted. So all the time, we can keep our attention with the body, with the mind. Always being aware, always letting go. So, I hope this was useful for you, and I wish you all the very best.